Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well. Well. What another semi-final that we got to witness. And what a way that has gone down. I mean, it seemed pretty straightforward up until the end. But we now know the final of the Champions League. It will be Inter Milan versus Paris Saint-Germain, as Arsenal have been knocked out of the semi-final. PSG doing the business. 2-1 winners on the night. 3-1 winners on aggregate. And I gotta say, not as blockbuster as last night's semi-final, but it's PSG redemption, having another chance at a Champions League trophy after their last attempt in 2020, where they did lose the final. They finally made another one. They're going to be here to try again. And Arsenal fall short again. This is their biggest game in nearly 2 decades. And they have fumbled it. What does this mean for Arsenal as well? For Arteta, they are going to go another season trophyless. Nothing. Despite what is deemed as an improvement overall. But it's another trophyless season. Phase 5. What are Arsenal going to do now? Do they make a change? Do they not? Is it going to be more the same? Well, tonight, when it really mattered, Arsenal could not get it over the line. PSG had a game tonight where it was starting off slow, but then gradually getting into the game and then just gradually increasing, slowly but surely. And then maintaining the level. Whereas Arsenal started off super bright for the first 5-10 minutes. Donnarumma coming in clutch. And then it dipped. But we never really saw Arsenal get back to that same intensity and level like we saw in the first 10 minutes. Except for the goal that Saka got. But that felt like too little too late. It was too little too late. As soon as PSG managed to get their second goal, even after missing the penalty, it was just curtains. It was too little too late for them to really think that they can go and grab another 2 goals. So they're 3 goals down, basically, in the space of 15 minutes left. They left themselves with too much to do, basically. Too much to do. But overall, unlike last night, where we witnessed a fantastic, historic semi-final that we're going to tell our grandchildren about, between Inter Milan and Barcelona, this was different. PSG, over 2 legs, deserved to go through. Last night, you couldn't separate it between Inter Milan and Barcelona. You could easily say both deserved to go to the final. It's a shame that one of them had to miss out. But with this, I'm talking respectfully. Not necessarily just, even though on the watch along, and thank you for everyone that tuned in, because it was a little bit of a hate along, but, we're happy. We're happy tonight. But I'm going to be as impartial as I possibly can be. PSG deserved to go through. Over 2 legs, Arsenal did not do enough. This is why I'm asking, you've got to ask questions, because I truly believe this. I think Arsenal are a striker and a manager away. See, that agrees with me too. They're a striker and a manager away from getting themselves across the line in a game like this, or winning the Premier League. That's my honest opinion. But are they going to pull the trigger? Are they actually going to do and get that? I don't think they are. And that's where Arsenal let themselves down, because Arsenal on paper, and not just on paper, you see some of their players, they have a top team. They have very good balance as well. But there's a couple of missing pieces there that prevents them from getting over the line, and it's the most important pieces, where they need to score goals and who is instructing the team. Overall, it doesn't seem like they can sustain themselves at an elite level in order to constantly be there to win. They constantly miss out. Constantly second best. And no one remembers second best. PSG tonight, though, PSG have shown the growth that they've had. PSG, I know domestically are just bossing France, but in terms of everyone looking at PSG with the superstars that they had, thinking, they're going to win the Champions League, and they never have. And then as soon as they dismantle, they decide to take a different approach. They don't have Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, all these guys anymore. They dismantled all of that. They tried to go down the route of a little bit more balance. They tried to go down the route of injecting, more of a team cohesion, more of a unit rather than an individual quality. And with Luis Enrique, top manager, they have managed to transform themselves in a quick period of time. It's not taken PSG 5 years to transform themselves from what they used to have to what they have now. And they're in the Champions League final to show everything for it. Now, can they get the job done? That's a different story, and we'll see, because I've always said PSG are that team that at the very last moment, they let themselves down. But they keep proving me wrong every single time this season. I thought Liverpool knocked them out. They knocked Liverpool out. Aston Villa nearly made a comeback, but it wasn't enough. PSG got through. I thought at one point, Arsenal are going to knock PSG out. PSG have gone through. They're proving me wrong every single time. And it's testament to Luis Enrique. That's what happens when you have a top manager. And you have a proper team unit, and you have some top quality, and you've got good balance. PSG have got fantastic balance between experience and youth. Take note, Bluecoat. Take note, Chelsea. Look at PSG. An owner who is obsessed with winning the Champions League because they've come close once, just like Roman did back in the day. And they've not been able to get themselves across the line. And they've come near again from time to time since then. But now they're in a final, they've got another opportunity to get the job done. And I have to be honest, just like if you remember when it was us, we lost the final. And then when we had our second attempt, we won the final. Man City lost the final to us. And then when they had their second attempt, they won the final. PSG lost the final under Thomas Tuchel with Thiago Silva. Now they're going to have another opportunity at the final. Are they going to get it done? Or Inter Milan stands in their way. But tonight, PSG overall were the ones that deserved it. And I mean, the first goal, Fabian Ruiz, phenomenal finish. Fantastic touch to dink it over. I forgot what player it was that was trying to nab the ball off of him, but he takes it in his stride on the half volley and he buries it into the far corner beautifully. No way David Raya stopping that. Got so much power onto it. Beautiful. 1-0 PSG. That was exactly what they needed. And that's where I was expecting a response from Arsenal. But they couldn't do it. Arsenal lacked intensity. It didn't look like Arsenal were desperate in a Champions League semi-final where they were throwing the kitchen sink. It actually didn't look like they were throwing the kitchen sink. That's my problem with Arsenal. And that stems from the gaffer. Because when I look at Arsenal's team, yeah, they got players. They got quality. But there's a certain bracket of manager that is able to elevate them. And Arteta is just not that. He's just not there. He's done a great job. I'm not even kidding. Like, phase 5, I understand it's taken him a while, but it's Arteta. He's not exactly Pep. He's not exactly Jose. He's not Carlo. He's not these guys. He's had to work and take his time. But can he operate at that upper echelon of pure royalty and eliteness? No. No. That's what I think Arsenal are missing. And that's why I say it didn't feel like Arsenal were throwing the kitchen sink in today's game. It didn't feel like they were desperate, like their lives depended on it. It didn't show it. Even when Saka got the goal back, it's like, okay, can something happen? But you expect them to throw everything, even if it means they get caught on the counter. But no, it's still like they were being a little cautious, a little wary. No, you can't go in with that mentality. Look at last night with Inter Milan and Barcelona. That tells you everything you need to know. That's the mentality that you need to go and win the semi-final when you're from behind. Barca did it, and then Inter did it back to them. That's what you need. That's elite. But again, look at them. You've got Hansi Flick dictating there. He's been there and done it. You've got Inzaghi, top-tier manager, who's been there and done it. And he done it with making subs that were questionable. But he still managed to get them over the line. That is, you need that extra, there's an extra element that you need. And that only comes from players and managers that are elite. Only them who have it within. Arsenal are lacking. PSG, though, Vitinha with a poor penalty. Poor penalty. And shout out to the VAR. Shout out to the VAR. Because no one saw that handball by Lewis Skelly. No one. I didn't see it. I didn't see anyone complain. No one. VAR, they saw it, they took it back, and it was a penalty, and it was a handball. So finally, that's why VAR are meant to be there. Again, Premier League, England, take note. That's how VAR operate, yeah? Vitinha steps up for the penalty, though, in a Champions League semi-final. I'm sorry, but you need to be roasting that penalty. He taps it. He taps it, and he doesn't even try to put it in the corner. He taps it straight to David Raya. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Poor. But minutes later, 4 minutes later, Dembele to Hakimi. Hakimi finding himself on the edge of the box, just like a Serbi yesterday. What the hell is Hakimi doing there at that point? He drives forward. He's like, screw it. Mentality. I'm going to go all guns blazing. He links up with Dembele, cuts inside, slots it in, bottom corner. It's a striker's finish. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Bob's your uncle. It's done. 72 minutes. Now Arsenal needs 3 goals. It's too much. It's too much to ask. Even though Saka, with a good goal, to be fair, ball comes across, Saka bends it into the net. But with 15 minutes remaining, and they still need 2, it's possible. But that's where I'm on the watch long and I'm thinking, okay, look, they've maybe got 5 to 10 minutes. If nothing happens in this time, it's done. And that's exactly what transpired. Fantastic. PSG got it across the line and they completely deserve it. And it's going to be very, very hard to call in terms of the final. Why? Because there's an element of me that believes that I'm being proven wrong by PSG and they're going to go all the way. But there's also a different part of me that's looking at Inter Milan and what they've managed to accomplish. And I'm thinking, you know what? It looks like it's written for them. It looks like destiny is saying Inter Milan has it already in the bag. Before the finals played, it's written. It's in the stars. And we would know something about that. Where it's not always the best team that wins the Champions League. But it's the team that is just getting themselves across the line. And it's written for them. And it's always, things just magically fall into place. Inter Milan have been that team. But PSG have been flawless. Up until this point, they have not made an error. Who's going to win that final? I can't call it. I believe in destiny because I've seen my team operate on destiny. That's why we have a Champions League. Yeah? That is why we have a Champions League trophy. And we've got 2. Destiny sometimes steps in, right? But PSG, can they get themselves across the line? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see because they're proving me wrong. Congrats to PSG. Félicitations, mes frères et mes sœurs. Congrats to all of you. Go crazy. Go mental. Just like Inter did last night. The San Siro in Milan last night was absolutely on flames in a good way. And it's time to see who's going to get the job done in Munich at the final. We will be here for the watch along for that game. Make sure you're here too. But tomorrow, watch along for Chelsea versus Djurgården in the Conference League. Make sure you're here. And then watch alongs for the Premier League on the weekend. So we'll make sure we're up to scratch with everything that's going on there. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for everyone that was on the watch along as well. Much appreciated. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Go and check out the vlog from earlier on that I uploaded where I attended the Chelsea Damac Residences launch. If you want to go and see what they have cooking, you can go over there and have a look. Much appreciated. Congrats to PSG again. Congrats to Inter from last night. And can I just end and say that even this final, the level, the Champions League at this point is always something incredible. But this time around, it's been tremendous. Both semi-finals, especially last night, but both semi-finals have just been phenomenal. And it's shown us why. It has shown us how football needs to be played and why we love football. And I loved everything that felt old school about these semi-finals and what we've been witnessing over the last 2 legs. So respect to everyone involved. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll catch all of you on the next one. Look after yourselves, people. Subscribe, notification bell on, and I'll catch you later. Take care and peace.